P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins, like finding an extra $10 in the wash.
Sweet.
Or your team winning the championship.
And it's out of here.
Yes! Woo!
Your wins add up, just like earning dividends in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the North Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 1 and District 2 activities in Idaho.
Bonners Ferry, like the whole town was there, it seemed. I mean, they showed up, they were tailgating in the parking lot, barbecuing, playing games. Like, it literally felt like a small college atmosphere. It was super cool.
Hosted by Ryan Skaggs, the North Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another IdahoSports.com broadcast brought to you by P1FCU and Toyota. Let's go places. We're back in District 2 for yet another barn burner here as we've got the Lewiston Bengals, the hometown Bengals, taking on the visiting Moscow Bears. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking live at Bengal Field. I'm Garrison Hardy, and in the booth with me is Simeon Rauch. And Simeon, we've covered this Moscow team before, and now we're getting a chance to take a look at the Lewiston Bengals for the first time this season.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I mean, it's a little bit wet out here tonight, but it'll be a good game nonetheless. A couple big schools coming to match up, both of which, coming off of a loss. But one of them seeing who will come out on top tonight, it's going to be a football night.
Yeah, as Simeon mentioned, both teams coming off of a loss tonight. Lewiston fell at the hands of Sandpoint last week, 41-22. And then the Moscow Bears fell at the hands of Lake City, 34-7. So both of these teams would like to get that taste out of their mouth as they look forward to this contest. And it looks like the Lewiston Bengals are preparing to make their way on the field. And Simeon, as we watch these two teams come out, the thing that we're going to notice right away is the roster size difference. Lewiston has a lot more depth, and I was just talking to our buddy Austin over here who's been broadcasting these Bear games. Moscow's dealing with a lot of injuries.
Yeah, and I mean, we were talking earlier, and it's going to make this this tough game a bit tougher for them as it always hurts when you have good players out, but then when you're playing a team who, historically over the last few years you've struggled against, yeah, it's not the best thing to come into, but you know, we'll see what they can do. Obviously, they're going to play their hearts out here, so see if Moscow can come away with anything.
Now for last week, Moscow fell at the hands of Lake City, 34-7, and they were within striking distance for up until the final 6 minutes of the game. It was 14-7 before Lake City would finally pull away, and there were over 35 penalties in that game. So it was certainly a messy game, and Coach Bafis and Moscow are certainly going to be hoping to clean that up. And on the other side again, Lewiston fell 41-22. A 2-3 start for the Bengals thus far this season. This is a program that went 7-3 last year and challenged for the playoffs. So they're going to want to clean themselves up here and take care of this win at home as we are getting ready for the national anthem. So we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back here in Lewiston, Idaho on IdahoSports.com.
At P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins, like finding an extra $10 in the wash.
Sweet.
Or your team winning the championship.
And it's out of here. Yes! Woo!
Your wins add up, just like earning dividends in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the North Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 1 and District 2 activities in Idaho.
Bonners Ferry, like the whole town was there, it seemed. I mean, they showed up, they were tailgating in the parking lot, barbecuing, playing games. Like, it literally felt like a small college atmosphere. It was super cool.
Hosted by Ryan Skaggs, the North Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lewiston, Idaho, as we are looking live at the Lewiston Bengals getting ready to take on the Moscow Bears. And both of these teams hoping to break the losing streaks that they're on, respectively. Both of them coming off losses last week. And, you know, Simeon, before we get things started, who are a couple of guys on Moscow's side that you think the fans at home should be keeping an eye on?
Well, I mean, a few weeks ago we covered one of their games, and one of the main players out there getting a lot of catches was number 5, Connor Isaacson. He had several key receptions, including a touchdown at the very end, though it didn't, matter in the long run. He put his name in there several times, along with, I would say, the quarterback Noah Velasco. As a junior, he's even still learning. He still has a year to progress, but he's shown himself to be a pretty good quarterback there. So yeah, I'll be watching out for those two guys, especially as their roster's been riddled with injuries, as we mentioned earlier. So look out for the guys who are still playing and are still key players.
And then on the Lewiston side, as we take a look at their roster, a couple guys that might jump out to the fans at home. Jordan Bramlett, the senior defensive back and wide receiver. Drew Heininger, the senior quarterback who stands at 6'6", by the way. And then Rylan Gomez, to name a few. So this is, again, you just look at the difference of the roster size on the near side. Lewiston's just got a lot more bodies at their disposal than Moscow does, and you've already, as you just mentioned, Moscow, they're riddled with injuries coming into this game. So, it's certainly something to keep an eye on as this game unfolds.
Yeah, and even we're on the side up here, and we got a bunch of Lewiston fans below us. It's just, it's a pretty overwhelming crowd here against Moscow, so we really got to see how they step up against this, if they can come compete for the challenge, whether or not they're the underdogs here. They're coming here to play to win, so we'll see if they can do that.
Now, as far as the style of play, Coach Pancari has a very up-tempo offense here with Lewiston, and they're able to run the ball pretty effectively as well. And on the flip side with Moscow, they're going to want to more throw the ball downfield, as we've seen in past weeks. And do you think the rain's going to come into effect with some of that offense?
I mean, it certainly always does, really. I played a little bit of football in my past as a quarterback, and on the wet days, it is a bit more difficult. You sometimes have to change your grip a little bit just so that you can have more control over it. So we'll definitely see, on the flip side, running it, I mean, it's rain doesn't matter as much, but still that ball is a little bit more slippery in your arms. So we'll see if there's some more turnovers tonight, or whether the rain will cause that much effect.
Now, it does appear that the rain, knock on wood, is actually slowing down here a little bit. It's in more of a fine mist. And the weather tonight is going to be in between start out closer to the 60s and head down to the lower 50s by the end of the game. So not the best weather we've seen here. And on top of the press box, it's a little bit of a chill here. So Moscow is going to decline, and Lewiston is going to receive on the left side of the screen here. So they'll be going from left to right to start this game out. And that's one thing to notice, is now Moscow will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, I guess, sometimes if you can play really well, as we've seen Moscow typically do better in the first half, so maybe they're hoping that getting the ball the second half will be, a little bit of an upstart when that time rolls around. But we'll see. I mean, a lot of teams, do defer to second half anyway.
So the Lewiston Bengals are going to start this game out with possession. Moscow will be kicking it to them from right side to left. Lewiston in their purple and yellow helmets, an homage to the LSU Tigers with their helmets. Mm-hmm. And on the far side, Moscow with their red and white combo, the red helmets over the top. Moscow only one win thus far this season, but this is a program that has improved vastly from last year's winless run. They've had a lot of close games, a lot of competitive games. They just haven't quite been able to put it all together yet coming into this one. Lewiston off to a bit of a rocky start, 2-3 on the season. In last year, they went 7-3 and were challenging for state. So both programs want to get off the snide here, and Coach Pancari and Coach Bafus certainly hope to jumpstart their season here, especially with conference play looming in the distance.
Yeah.
On the far side here. Sorry, Simeon.
You're good.
Moscow's getting set to kick off. That's number 45, Juan Miller, the senior offensive line and defensive line. Back deep to receive for the Bengals. That looks like that's number 4, Noah Carpenter. And here's the kick. And it's going to be a squib kick right down the middle, taken at the 30-yard line, and they're just going to have to fall on it. Couldn't quite get a hold of that one, and Lewiston will start just past the 30-yard line. Good field position for the Bengals.
Yeah, just a little squib there. Almost got away. I wonder if that was just, because of the squib or because it was a little wet. But we'll see Lewiston's offense take the ball here and see what they can do.
So Hottinger comes out with 4 wide receivers on the near side. That's number 13, Drew Aldridge. Number 14, that is Rylan Gomez. On the far side, that is number 7, Jaden Colby. And Hottinger actually going out in motion here, and that's a direct snap to the running back, Jackson Lathan. Lathan cuts it inside, and he's got a first down on the first play.
Yeah, already establishing that run right off the bat, just from a direct snap even, and you know, gaining a nice little 14, 15 yards there on the first down. Lewiston lines up here again.
They're going to want to be very up-tempo throughout this game. Lathan goes in motion, and the ball comes out of Hottinger's hands there, and he flips it out to Rylan Gomez for a short gain, so we're already seeing the weather have an effect.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, he just had to get rid of that as after it bobbled, and you got a couple Moscow Bears getting through that line, but just dumps it off a little bit.
So the Moscow defensive front comes in with 2 down linemen, and 2 in a 2-point stance on either side, a 4-3 look. Man-to-man coverage on the outside. Again, a bad snap, and Lathan just has to fall on it. So what started out as a great drive for Lewiston, back-to-back plays of just the rain having an effect.
Yeah, I see him rubbing his hands on his pants there, trying to be like, hey, it's so wet out here. We gotta get this together. But we'll see him work and adapt to the environment here.
So Lewiston's 4 wide receivers are on the far side, lined from right to left. Man-to-man coverage over the top for the Bears. Hottinger, he has to run for his life. Ebby Qualls with the pressure there, and it is incomplete. So an excellent start for this Moscow defense, albeit helped out a little bit by the weather.
Yeah, I mean, when you can just get pressure after pressure plus the bobbled snaps, I mean, can't ask too much more from your defense.
And Lewiston will probably punt it here, but they are lined up in an offensive set. And Moscow probably doesn't notice it. They do have a defender going back now in coverage. That is number 5, Connor Isaacson. And this one's going to come to rest at about the 24-yard line.
There you go, not a bad punt. Set him up in about touchback territory.
But hey, for Moscow's defense, they came out and got the stop, and now the Bears will get a crack at it here to draw first blood. Noah Velasco will lead the offense onto the field, and we've covered him earlier this season, Simeon, and he's got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah, certainly. He laid a couple dots and buckets all around the field, and he's got some good arm talent out there, and we'll definitely see, as we've been mentioning, a little bit of rain, and we'll just see if they can push through that and still establish that elite passing game.
So Connor Isaacson, one of his favorite targets, is here on the near side at about the 20-yard line, and then on the far side, he's also got a receiver. 3 receivers in the set here, 1 back in the backfield for Velasco, who's in the gun. Velasco takes the snap, hands it right up the middle to start this proceeding, and no gain on the play. A good stop by that front.
Yeah, a couple big guys on the defensive front there. Just, get right to the running back. Not really any gain there.
2nd and 9. Call it a gain of 1. Velasco in the gun. He's got 3 receivers in the set. And once again, they go right up the middle here. And again, a very small gain on the play. Very tough sledding right now for both teams. And Lewiston's strength in years past has been the front 7 and the line of scrimmage on either side. And thus far, that's holding true.
Yeah, we certainly see. I assume Moscow's going to go for a pass here on 3rd and long. But yeah, the runs just didn't really work out with a good defensive front there by the Bengals.
Trips to the near side for the Bears. Velasco back to pass. It's an out route here, and it's incomplete. So that was I believe that was Toby Fry or
Keaton Fry.
Keaton Fry. Right, there we go. He's not listed here on this roster. So Keaton Fry, the intended target, is incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th and 9. So 2 stops either side.
Yeah, trying to find the freshman early, but kind of a wobbly throw for the first throw of the game. And Moscow will be giving it right back to the Bengals.
Ball's on the 23-yard line. 9:39 to go here in the first quarter. Back deep to receive for the Bengals. That's number 4, Noah Carpenter, the junior. And here's the punt. That's actually a nice spiral deep into Lewiston territory. It's going to take a Moscow bounce inside the 30 and come to rest at the 26-yard line. So a fantastic punt there for Moscow. Now Lewiston's got a longer field to deal with.
Yeah, just pretty much puts them where they were on the other side of the field. So that's a really good punt.
Field position battle coming in big right now. So Lewiston once again comes out with the duo of Drew Aldridge and Rylan Gomez here on the near side. And Hottinger and Lathan in the backfield. Lathan actually lined up in the quarterback spot. It's a direct snap. He can't hold it once again, and the Bears are in the backfield immediately for a loss of yardage on the play. And there's just trouble with the exchange here, and now we've got a downed Bengal.
Yeah, bummer. I mean, they got to clean something up here. But bummer as the guy gets hurt on this play. But yeah, we've seen now it's 3 times already, and this is only their second drive. So we'll see if they can fix that.
And folks, we're going to take a quick break here as the Bengal is taken care of on the field. We'll be right back after these messages. You're watching IdahoSports.com.
At P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins, like finding an extra $10 in the wash.
Sweet.
Or your team winning the championship.
And it's out of here. Yes! Woo!
Your wins add up, just like earning dividends in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lewiston, Idaho, as the Lewiston Bengals and the Moscow Bears are doing battle. Jackson Lathan got up, and he's okay, walking his way off the field. And Lewiston, however, is looking at a 2nd and 15 after another fumbled snap. We've already seen several fumbled snaps, and now we've got flags all over the field that look like potentially illegal motion.
Yeah, this drive's not, going great early. I mean, a penalty and a bobbled snap. Got to see Lewiston make a play here, maybe get a little more space, get out of the red zone on their side of the field.
It's going to be a 2nd and 21 after another 5-yard back penalty. Now Moscow can pin their ears back a little bit. Here's a sweep play. It's to the near side. He's got some blockers. He's got a lane, and he's blocked down from behind at the 41-yard line. Big play there from Lewiston to get the ball heading the right direction, and that was number 19, Jeremy Yoder.
Well, that's the way to get it done. I mean, a sweet play. They've got a little bit of trickery in the backfield, and then he just gets a lane, gets some good blocks, and then gets some pretty good field position right after that.
Hottinger takes the snap. It's a clean snap this time. That's to number 7 for Lewiston. That was Jaden Cobley. Was able to pick up a couple.
Yeah, there's that hurry up you were talking about. They just keep getting back to the line.
4 wide receivers in the set for the Bengals. Hottinger hands it back he keeps it himself this time, actually. Fakes it downfield. He's out past the 50. He's out past the 40, lowers the shoulder, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Big run there from Drew Hottinger.
Yeah, just sort of a simple fake there, but a lot of the Moscow Bears defense bit on that, and he's able to have a nice lane on the sideline there.
Again, a 4-3 look here for the Bears. Man-to-man coverage on the outside. They go to Cobley up the middle, who lowers the shoulder and gets what he can. Brought down by a couple Bears after a very short gain.
Yeah, we kind of been seeing this on this drive, a big play, then just a run up the middle, big play, run up the middle kind of thing. And, hey, if it works, it works.
2nd and 8. 2-yard run from Cobley. And they're going to go to Yoder this time on the sweep, and once again he gets it to the outside. He's got a blocker in front. Stiff arm brought down outside the 20-yard line, heading towards the red zone. That's another Bengal first down.
Yeah, it's been working with them to get out to the outside. I mean, they're able to, you know, kind of have a one-on-one matchup up there, and then if their guy can win it, they get the first down like that.
First and 10 from the 21. Pottinger is going to keep it himself this time. And he's cut down on the near side. An excellent tackle there from Fry. And that's going to be a loss of yards on the play.
There's the freshman again, Keaton Fry. Got his ankle there. You know, not allowing him to get to the outside. That's a pretty good defensive tackle.
7:15 to go and counting. 2nd and 13 from the 25. Motion from that defensive front of Moscow. They go to Cobley up the middle, lowers the shoulder. And he's brought down by a couple of Bears in the middle. And he's able to get back maybe to the original line of scrimmage.
Here we are now to see if they can punch it in for the first points of the game here. Draw first blood, as they say.
Indeed, 3rd and 9 from the 21. 6:40 and counting. Pottinger looks over the top, down the middle, and that one is caught by Rylan Gomez, the big-bodied receiver. And he's close to the 10-yard line. And that's going to be a 1st and 10.
Yeah, just kind of a little streak up the middle, but he finds his receiver there, and nice gain of the first down.
Ball's on the 10-yard line. And one of the offensive linemen took a seat there. So that is actually encroachment. Looks like he was pushed by one of the Bears.
Yeah, that's the first one of those penalties on the Bears defense. You know, as we were talking with the other guy earlier, you know, they struggled with the penalties last week, so we'll see if they can clean it up this game.
Pottinger fakes a couple of handoffs there, keeps it himself. The big 6'6" quarterback is upended into the end zone. Touchdown Bengals. Lewiston draws first blood.
Well, there you are. He just kind of rolled over the defender there, laid his shoulder into him, and able to find the end zone. Good quarterback keeper. We'll line up to kick here. Something I'm not too used to seeing in 8-man.
Yeah, Lewiston in years past has been pretty successful with their kicks. This is number 44 for Lewiston, getting set to kick this one. That is Alex Hernandez. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it's good.
I was watching some of his kicks pregame, and he was nailing them pretty well. There you go, PAT right there.
So the Lewiston Bengals strike first and go up 7-0 over Moscow. And let's break that drive down there a little bit. You know, Lewiston, that starts back inside their own 30. A couple of bad snaps, as in several bad snaps. And it looked as though that drive was dead, but then a couple of big runs from Pottinger, from Rylan Gomez, and Yoder, and suddenly Lewiston was in business.
Yeah, just they're able to, you know, one play it doesn't look great, and then the next play they gain 20 yards or something like that. And when you're able to do that, you know, your drives are going to be successful. Even if you have some lows, you'll find the ups as well.
So Lewiston out to a 7-0 lead with 6:14 to go here in the first quarter. And Hernandez getting set to kick things off back to the Bears. And Moscow has had, they had a 3-and-out. So they didn't really get much of anything going. They came out and tried to play safe with a couple of runs, and to no avail. So we'll see what Noah Valesco and the Bears can do this time out. And back deep to receive, we have Connor Isaacson, the dangerous wide receiver, and with him is Keaton, that looks like number 11, Grayson Heinrich, the junior wide receiver and defensive back.
Well, this will be their first kick return, so we'll see if they can get set up with some pretty good field position.
Hernandez, we just saw him knock through the PAT. We'll see what he can do here on the kickoff as Lewiston is all set to kick it back to the Bears. And a nice deep kick. That's going to be taken inside the 5. It's bobbled. Taken by number 11, who had some nice moves, actually. Is able to get it to the 20. All in all, pretty solid return from Grayson Heinrich.
Yeah, at first it popped out of his hands, but then he's able to evade a couple defenders and get upfield to the 20. Pretty much about where they were the last time, so we'll see if they can get out of there and maybe get a couple first downs, not a 3 and out.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bears. Ball's at the 18-yard line. 72 yards of green in front of them. Valesco in the gun, trips to the near side, and now his back goes to that side as well. And everybody is take 5. False start.
Yeah, that's a real bummer to have, especially when you're, back deep in your own territory. And I'm sure they would love to clean it up a bit.
It's actually encroachment from the Bengals, so 5-yard penalty, and that'll certainly help proceedings for the Bears.
My bad.
Hey, they juked us both out.
There you go.
So 1st and 5 now from the 23. 3 down linemen for the Bengals. They brings 5, and that one's caught by Keaton Fry, the freshman. It looks like he's got close to a first down.
There you go. He had the target last time, and this time they're able to connect and get some pretty good yardage there. There we see Noah Velasco laying a strike.
And we're going to have to see a couple of Bears step up as they're very banged up from the week's prior game against Lake City. Lost a couple of key pieces. 2nd and 1. They go right up the middle this time. He was able to bounce it to the outside for a first down. An excellent run there from the running back, Aiden Prakish.
Yeah, there you go. I figured they would go for the run there. It hadn't worked earlier, but 2nd and 1, he's able to bounce it to the outside like you mentioned, and then pick up that first down, and that's an up for Moscow there as they're now nearing midfield here.
1st and 10 from the 34. 4 wide receivers in the set for Velasco. Lewiston brings 4. Velasco being pressured from behind, gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. He just had to get rid of the ball there, and it does look like he had receivers in the area, so no intentional grounding.
Yeah, he had one out on that side, and he was just getting pressure too quick to find anybody, so he just tosses it out of bounds pretty much.
2nd and 10 from the 34. Lewiston's got man-to-man coverage on the outside. It's Jordan Bramlin on the far side. And they're going to pitch it that way to Prakish, who just pretty much falls forward for a minimal gain.
Yeah, trying to get to that outside again, as that seemed to work on the previous play, but this time Lewiston able to swarm to the ball, keep him from pretty much no gain there.
And we've got a Lewiston Bengal limped out of bounds on the far side, so we're going to take a short break here as the Lewiston medical team makes their way over to help assist the Bengal, and we'll be right back after these messages. You're watching Lewiston versus Moscow in District 2 on IdahoSports.com.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
At P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins, like finding an extra $10 in the wash.
Sweet.
Or your team winning the championship.
And it's out of here. Yes! Woo!
Your wins add up, just like earning dividends in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just in time after that commercial ended. Velasco moves his back to the left side. Looking. It's an out route to Keaton Fry, and Fry certainly has been sure-handed thus far this game, as that's, I believe, his 3rd reception on the day.
Yeah, I mean, go with the guys who you trust, and he's starting to prove himself, even as a freshman, that, hey, I can be a target out here, and Velasco's finding him for pretty good gains here. So it's good for Moscow's offense there.
It is going to bring up 4th and 2, though, so it looks like Moscow is going to get set to punt. Back to punt for the Bears. That is, bear with me here, that's number 22, Caden Teagan, the tight end and linebacker. 6'4", big target. And once again, a very nice spiral from Teagan as that one's inside the 20. And it jukes a couple of defenders. That's number 4 for Lewiston, who lowers the shoulder and brought out Noah Carpenter. A good return there.
Yeah, it looked like the grass was a little slippery. His first step kind of slipped back a little bit, but then he was able to use it to his advantage as he evades a couple Moscow defenders, takes it out to near the 40 here.
So the rain has calmed down. It's barely noticeable at this point, and us broadcasters up here at the top of the booth are thankful. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 40. Great field position for the Bengals as they hope to extend this 7-0 lead. 4 receivers in the set. Honninger takes the snap. They go up the middle to Lathan. Lathan's back on the field. That's a good sign, and he's got blockers out in front. Lathan could go the distance. He's inside the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Bengals. A 60-yard run on the first play of the drive.
Yeah, he really showed his elusiveness there as he just, gives a couple cuts and able to just completely evade the defenders, gets a nice block downfield, takes it right up the sideline, and boom, now you have a 2-possession lead right now.
And a great block up front from Drew Aldridge, the 6'1" wide receiver for Lewiston. And now we got another PAT coming here from Hernandez. Kick is up and good. They've got that down to a science thus far, and just like that, it's 14-0 in favor of the Lewiston Bengals. And that was a quick drive, Simeon.
Yeah, not like the previous ones. This time they just come out swinging and hit a pretty long touchdown there. And soon enough, we got 3.5 minutes left in the first, and they're up 14-0. That's a pretty good start.
And folks, we'd like to thank the power booster for the Moscow Bears. That's Shorts Funeral Chapel. Shorts Funeral Chapel. Thank you for sponsoring Moscow Bears here on IdahoSports.com. And quitting smoking, chewing, or vaping is tough, but so are you. If you are ready to quit, there's help. Visit projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW today. And hey, are you interested in joining the team here at IdahoSports.com? We're always on the lookout for talented people that want to get involved in what we do. Salespeople, producers, camera operators, writers, photographers, even broadcasters. Email editor@IdahoSports.com to find out more. That's right, folks. You could be doing what Simi and I are doing right now. It's exciting stuff.
The best. Yeah.
That's right. And the rain's starting to sprinkle back down here, so it's probably going to be an off and on affair all night. 14-0 in favor of Lewiston with 3:27 left in the first quarter. And Hernandez sends this one into the night sky, and that one's going to be taken at the 1-yard line by Connor Isaacson, who tries to head to the right side of the field. And he's tripped up and brought down hard. What a tackle. He is upended, in Lewiston sending a message early.
And that's one of the better tackles we've seen tonight. Just flies in there. As you said, it upended him, and now Moscow's got tough field position, as that was a great special teams play by the Bengals there.
So they get stuck inside their own 10-yard line, 90 yards of green in front of the Bears. And that's not what they wanted to see coming out here, as Isaacson looks okay, though. He's out at wide receiver. Velasco in the gun. Velasco. They're going to hand this one off the middle to Prakish. He's brought down for a very short gain. They're trying to get it to the outside, but good contain there from Lewiston. That was a tackle, will be Cole Arlant.
Yeah, Lewiston showing that they know Moscow's trying to get it to the outside to that space, but as you mentioned, good contain there, able to wrap up on the legs. And yeah, I wonder if Moscow's gonna change up after seeing a couple kick returns that haven't gone quite their way, because it's been booted pretty far. I wonder if they can get a touchback on one of these kickoffs sometime.
2nd and 11. Valesco gets it out quick to his favorite target thus far. That's Keaton Fry once again, who makes the catch. He's able to pick up 5 or so.
Yeah, has there been anyone else to catch a pass yet for the Bears?
I don't think so. Keaton Fry show thus far.
Yep, yes it is. But if he's reliable, I mean, I know I had my guys who were reliable.
He's already missing a couple of targets on Moscow's side in weeks past, so it's good to see Fry stepping up here as it's 3rd and 5 with just over 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And it's a quick in route, and it's incomplete. And that's one of those, you got to touch it, you catch it. That was Sam Young, the intended target.
Yeah, it just comes off his hands there. And he was pretty open, so that's a bummer, missed opportunity there for the Bears.
And once again, 3 and out. It's 4th and 5, and now Caden Teagan, he's punted it very well thus far tonight, but he's backed up inside his own 5. So he's going to have to get a real good boot on this one if he hopes to change field position.
Yeah, it's always dangerous to give the ball back to the Bengals here, so hopefully he can get a good punt.
And this one's more of an end-over-end punt, but it does take a Moscow bounce to the 50-yard line, and that's where it'll come to stop, actually. So no return, but great field position for the Bengals.
Yeah, there's not much you can do when you go 3 and out inside, your own 10-yard line, really. I mean, and then, he does what he can as a punter, but now you just got to see if your defense makes a stop and is able to get your offense the ball again with maybe better field position and whatnot.
So 1st and 10 from the 50 as Drew Hottinger in this Bengals offense makes their way out. And the last time they were on the field, Jack Latham took the ball 60 yards for a touchdown. Hottinger looking, comes to the near side of the field, and it's caught! Big pass play right off the bat to Rylan Gomez, and they're just like that in the red zone inside the 10-yard line.
Man, it almost looked like he had double coverage on him, but he just laid a dot over the top. A great catch there, and boom, right back where the ball was punted from.
And just like that, they're back within the 9-yard line. 1:42 and counting here in the first quarter. They're trying to go up by 3 scores. Hottinger looks, slant route across the middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage there from Sam Young, who defended that pass.
Yeah, it looked like he was a little bit open, but that was actually pretty tight coverage, and well done by the Moscow defense to, at least get one stop here, not just give up a big play, then a touchdown.
2nd and 9 after the incompletion. Trips to the far side, and one wide receiver on the near side. That is number 88 for the Bengals. That is Tucker Conkle, senior. Hottinger is going to keep it himself, runs up the middle. Probably a smart play there. I think he was tempted to try to pitch it to Lathan on the outside, but with these conditions, you never know.
Yeah, it was just the read option there, and yeah, as you said, smart decision to keep it. He still gained some yards, and yeah, you never know with a wet ball whether that thing will just squeak away.
3rd and 4 from the 4. Hottinger, they go right up the middle to Lathan. He tries to spin forward, but he's brought down by the big defensive tackle for Moscow. That was number 70 on the stop, Jameson Griffin.
Now we got 4th and goal here.
And it looks as though Lewiston's bringing their kicking team out onto the field. And again, Simeon, we're just not used to seeing this.
Yeah, field goal opportunity, something special for me.
That's right, and that's Hernandez who's making his way. He's converted both PATs on the night, and this is nothing more than a chip shot. Moscow showing pressure. They've got Connor Isaacson back to defend, and they just fumbled the snap there. They try to just keep it and run with it to no avail. And did you see on the near side that Moscow was doing that New England Patriots play? They had Keaton Fry lined up in the flat over here on the near side 10, and he was trying to run in there and cause a block.
Oh, I must have missed it, but
come on.
Hey, hey, when I'm looking through the eyes of a camera, it's sometimes difficult to catch everything. But that's a big play for the defense, honestly, to keep points off the board and give it to your offense. There you go.
As he just mentioned, a huge stop for the Bears as they're trying to stay within 2 scores here. 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ball's spotted at the 5-yard line, so they got to be careful here. And they try to run this to the outside. That's Valesco. Gets a nice pass there. And a big hit delivered. That was number 22, Caden Teagan on the reception and run. And that is going to bring an end to the first quarter.
What do you mean? Not Keaton Fry? What?
That's right. They're spreading the ball around now.
But it worked out, you know. Get them some more space out here on the field. So.
That's right. So we've played one, folks. It's 14-0 here in Lewiston, Idaho, as the rain comes back in. And we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back here from Lewiston, Idaho. You're watching IdahoSports.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just stay right here, actually, as the rain is coming down pretty good. It's 2nd and 3. Second quarter is underway. And a solid game there for Moscow, and that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the rain's picking back up, so we'll see if that has any effect on the quality of these plays here, and if you can hold on to the ball well enough.
1st and 10 from the 20. Valesco back to pass. He's being pressured, so he rolls left, fires it over the top. It was his favorite target, Keaton Fry. Was that an interception? It was! Picked off the incomplete pass.
How did he catch that? I thought that was off the hands of Keaton there, but then the Lewiston defender ends up with it.
Keaton Fry, it bounced off of his hands into the air, and Noah Carpenter was waiting for it, intercepted, and that is not what Moscow needed.
That's good awareness, though, by the Bengals defense. Pick up on an opportunity like that.
Lathan out of the backfield, catches it and has some room to run. He's out past the 45, and he's pushed out of bounds close to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, just a little swing route, but then he has plenty of space to get upfield. Nice gain on first down.
1st and 10. Ball's on it's going to be 2nd and 4. And they go to Lathan right up the middle, but he is wrapped up and brought down. A good tackle there in the backfield by Moscow. That was number 32, Scotty Needham.
There you go. Force a third down here.
Third and 4. Pottinger in the gun.
Just shut off the camera here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we're having some technical difficulties here as the rain has done a number on our camera, apparently, and that's why you get to look at these beautiful, colorful bars. So currently, Lewiston leads 21-0 here, 8:30 to go in the first half. And a short gain there from the Bears as they hope to keep this drive afloat, moving it to a 2nd and long. 2nd and 9. Clock is rolling, 8:15. And my camera guy, Simeon's trying to do what he can to bring us back online, and we'll just have to, for the time being, move the camera to a dry space and try to let it recover. We'll probably try again after halftime as Valesco back to pass, throws a post route over the middle. That one's caught by Connor Isaacson. Great catch, and that's going to be a first down at the 40-yard line.
Number 5, Connor Isaacson.
And suddenly Moscow in business here as they are in Lewiston territory for the first time tonight. Checking back into the game is Prakish at running back. Valesco in the gun. 4 wide receivers for Valesco. And a big hit delivered there from Lewiston. That was still a complete pass to Prakish. But a big hit delivered by number 10. It's going to be 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 9, we'll call it, after a short gain. Ball on the 39-yard line, 6:50 to go. And they're going to hand this one to Prakish, who tries to bounce it inside, but he's brought down. And it's going to be a gain of about 6 on the play, so it's going to be 3rd and short. And welcome back, Simeon.
Hey, just taking care of the camera there and the equipment.
As best we can, as the rain has made things difficult for us. 3rd and 4. Ball's on the 34. Valesco. They go to Prakish once again, who tries to go inside, but he's got no blockers in front of him. Great pressure there from Lewiston.
Yeah, when he handed it off, it just looks like, 3 defenders kind of just sitting there right for him, and he doesn't have anywhere to go but right up ahead, and they get him there for the tackle.
It's going to be 4th and 4 now, and it's probably 4-down territory for Moscow at this point as they got to start making some headway back into the game. Valesco getting his teammates organized here. Pressure being shown over the top from the Bengals as that is a 7-man box. And timeout taken by Moscow with 5:38 to go, and ball's on the 34. They really need a conversion here in order to try and get back in this game before half.
Yeah, I thought maybe there he was trying to get the Bengals D line to jump off sides. He collapsed a couple times. Maybe just try and get that free first down, was they're only 4 yards away, but Bengals stay disciplined, stay there on the line, and Moscow gonna have to try and convert here.
And folks, we're on the struggle bus here as I'm not even able to update the score for you on the screen. Our laptop is not letting me use its mouse reticle there, so we're kind of just dealing with what we're dealing with here, and we'll do our best to bring you the coverage as we can. It's 21-0 here in the second quarter in favor of Lewiston, for those of you watching at home.
Bears are jogging back onto the field here after that short timeout. Lining up for 4th and 4.
4th and 4 from the 34. Valesco, it's a little shovel pass over the top, and it's incomplete. Caden Teagan was his intended target, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, and Moscow really needed that.
Yeah, it looks like he wanted a PI there, but the ball was just kind of thrown a little too far ahead of him, bounces off his hand, and he was tightly covered anyway, as it was a quick snap and throw. And the Bengals will get the ball again with 5.5 here left. 21-0 ball about the 32-yard line here.
5:35 to go, and they've already shown that they can score quickly. the last drive that we weren't able to bring to you because of we're going through our camera issues here.
To run right up the middle.
That's Jackson Lathan. He already busted a 60. Here he goes inside the 20. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bengals.
Before you know it, you blink for a moment and this Bengals offense is just scoring huge runs, just able to completely physically dominate this Bears defense here. And time again, we've already seen them bust off these big plays, and boom, 14-second touchdown.
Jackson Lathan, he's already got 100 yards in this game, and Toot scores. One for 60, and that one for, we'll call it 70. And now they are on for the PAT here with Hernandez kicking it.
Ultra reliable.
And the kick is up and good. And he is 4 of 4 on the day for PATs. And Lewiston extends their lead 28-0 here in the first half. 5:21 to go. And Simeon, at this point, Moscow really needs to get something going here if they want any shot in this game.
Yeah, certainly. It's just been a struggle with, I mean, the credit to the Bengals defense. They've really been locking up the wide receivers of the Bears. But, yeah, I mean, you've got to get something here. Now, keep in mind, Moscow does get the ball second half, as they deferred at the beginning of the game. But, putting on some points on the board, even just one touchdown to finish out this half would be great for the Bears.
So again, 5:21 to go, and now Lewiston's kick team makes its way back on the field. And for those of you just joining us, we're having some camera issues here as we worry the rain may have gotten a little bit to it. And heck, I can't even change the score on the laptop because it won't let me use the mouse pad. So we're doing the best we can here, folks, and it's 28-0 in the first half, 5:21 to go in favor of the Bengals.
Lewiston set to kick here. We've seen them be able to boot the ball pretty far downfield and some good special teams coverage. So curious to see if the Bears can get a good return here, if they let it go to the end zone or not.
This is Hernandez, set to kick it away once again. And he slips and falls on that one, but he still sends it into the end zone for a touchback. And now Moscow, you had actually mentioned that, Simeon, maybe Moscow should let it go in for a touchback, and that time they did.
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned earlier as well, I mean, Bengals special teams has been great on their coverage. So, if you can get the ball there at the 20, take that over, getting tackled at the 15 or the 10 by the Bengals. So here comes Velasco and the Bears offense once again, hoping to capitalize finally.
It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball's going to be spotted at the 20-yard line after the touchback. Moscow in the gun, trips to the far side. And Connor Isaacson on the near side. He's being covered by Jordan Bramlett. And there's a flag.
Yeah, movement on somebody. Looks like it'll move Moscow back on the false start.
5-yard penalty for the Bears, and that's not the direction they want to be headed as they look at a 28-0 deficit here in the first half.
Yeah, just line up in the same formation, it looks like.
Velasco in the gun. Velasco back to pass. Pressure being brought by the Bengals. He's got to get rid of it. And a good catch there from Caden Teagan. But it's only back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, it looks like they'll be setting up for about a 2nd and 5 here. That was a pretty good throw under pressure. Velasco just dumps it off over the middle. And a good secured catch before he got a shoulder thrown into him there. Knocking him down there at the 25.
2nd and 5. 2nd and manageable. 4:50 to go and counting as they hand this one off to the far side on a sweep. And it looks like they've got close to the first down there on the run.
They give it to him there, first down. There you go. It's a good start. I mean, even after a false start, you manage to get a first down here, start pushing the ball down the field. And if I'm the Bears, just get a 4-minute drive here, run out the clock, but also score a touchdown. So
that was Scotty Needham on the run there, and 4:30 and counting now. If they can stay on the field, like Simeon was saying, then that would be a good way to end the half. And it's incomplete there. The ball was there a little bit quicker than Sam Young anticipated. Good throw there from Valesco.
Yeah, as soon as he turns his head, he's getting the ball just hit his hands or something. As soon as he turned it, as you mentioned, he was not ready for that. So the Bears will face 2nd and 10 here.
Ball's on the 33. 4:18. Clock stuck at 4:19 actually after the incompletion. And they go right up the middle once again into the teeth of that Bengals defense, and they drive them back. And very short gain up the middle to Scotty Needham.
Just like a little pendulum there. Starts to go forward, and then as more and more Bengals get there, they start to go back. Thankfully, he's got that, forward progress rule in his favor. So 3rd and about 6 here.
3:50 to go. Ball from the 36. Valesco back to pass. Rolls to his left. Flips it over the top, but it's intercepted. Picked off and brought down for a short gain. And now the Bengals are back in business here inside the 40. And when it rains, it pours for Moscow. It's just not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, it might have not been the best decision to jump that one off, as he just had a defender kind of sitting in front of him. I bet he saw a little bit of green behind him, but, football player's a football player, athletic, and he was able to jump up and take that pick, and now Lewiston set up at the Bears 40.
So Drew Hottinger in the gun. And they hand this one off to Jackson Lathan. Powers his way forward.
About a 6-7 yard pickup there. Pretty good run on 1st down. I mean, this Bengals offense has done well this whole game, just pushing it down the field as they're setting up for a hurry up 2nd down here.
And they go right back to Lathan, who has to bounce it out to the near side now. Comes all the way across the field, inside the 15, and that's a touchdown. Unbelievable.
That's pure athleticism right there. That's not even the design side for the run, but he runs into some guys on the left side, bounces it out left, lays a nasty stiff arm on a Moscow defender, and just able to punch it into the end zone. 34-0 right now.
With 2:48 to go in the first half, and folks, I would change the scoreboard for you if I could, but the mouse pad is shut down on the laptop. So we're kind of dealing with what we can.
Do the best with what you have.
That's right.
Bears defender, it looks like number 7, Keaton Fry there, just got a little excited, ran across the line, and guess they'll push the ball a little bit closer for this PAT. That's encroachment, that is. So the Bengals will set up for a PAT attempt, and he's been ultra reliable so far, even in the rain.
And here's the kick from Hernandez. It's up. That looked like it was wide right, and it was no good. That's his first PAT miss of the night. So that was the broadcaster's curse there from Simeon.
I'm getting into it, I already know how to do that, No, but that's a bummer, but he's overall his percentage is not too bad tonight on the PATs, and his team is carrying him anyway. 34-0, 2:48, and now the Bears just don't make any mistakes this drive. I bet just what they're going for. Don't want to give the ball back one more time.
2:48 left here in Moscow. If they can march down the field and put some points on the board, that would be massive, as they've got a big comeback in front of them.
As I look at these Bengal helmets, I can't help but think the LSU Tigers, just striped down the middle of that yellow helmet. The resemblance is there.
And they're certainly playing like them right now.
Yeah.
Now we're having some buzz on our audio. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's 34-0 here as Moscow's sending a deep pass over the top. Was that caught? It was. Touchdown Moscow. Connor Isaacson with a deep ball over the top, and Moscow is finally on the board.
That was a ridiculous catch in the corner. I mean, he was tightly covered too. It almost looked like he hauled it in with one hand and then brought the other onto it, but you know, just on the front right corner of the end zone, able to pull it in. And I was watching him a couple weeks ago. He's that kind of receiver. He can make plays happen, and he's really good. It even looked like Velasco on that. His back foot had kind of slipped, but hey, Moscow scored a touchdown before the half. We got 1:25 left as they set for the PAT. That one is shanked a little bit. Maybe somebody got a hand on that. So, score is 34-6. 1:25 left. That was the best drive by the Bears this whole time. They're able to link up a couple passing plays and then a 30-yard dot there and the little pitch and catch there. And hey, before halftime, now we just got to see if their defense can step up, really, is the question.
Yeah, so 34-6 after the deep strike over the top to Connor Isaacson from Velasco. It's about a 40-yard bomb. And now, if they can get the stop before half, they get the ball back to start the second half, and they could cut it back to 20 if they're able to keep the Bengals off the board here.
Yeah, really, I mean, that's what you're fighting for now. Just, you know, talk to your defense, motivate them, help them to get back in this ball game and, you know, fight it out. Do what you can, really.
1:25 to go, and that's been the challenge is Jackson Lathan, who's already thrown himself in there for the IdahoSports.com player of the game. And he's back deep to receive right now with Jordan Bramlett up in front of him at the 30-yard line. Moscow is set to kick. That is Gomez at the 40.
Yeah, we'll see. Past couple kicks by the Bears. At least the first one was just a little bit of a squib. So you see the Bengals, or maybe you don't, but the Bengals are up, you know, on the line, kind of more men on the front, 10, 15 yards from the spot of the kick. So let's see here. This time it's booted deep.
And Jackson Lathan has to run all the way back inside his own 10 to go get it. And he's brought down after a short gain. So now they have a long field in front of them. They get to the 15-yard line, 75 yards of green.
Yeah, it was pretty much the opposite of what I said there. That time he booted it really deep and kind of caught the Bengals by surprise as that went past their deepest man. And as you said, you know, they're set up deeper now, so they've got to make a pretty big drive happen here.
So 1st and 10, Heininger in the gun. Takes the snap, looks to the far side. Nobody's here covering any of the Bengal receivers. That one's caught and brought down close to the 40-yard line. That just looks like Moscow was not lined up.
Yeah, they didn't really look ready as he was wide open on the side for that. And, you know, he makes the catch and then he gets hit, but it was just a hit. It wasn't any wrap up or anything, so he's able to pick up 5 more yards after contact there.
But now it looks like a flag against the Bengals. That was Troy Gritner, who made the catch. But it's wiped away. They're going to go all the way back to the 14.
Oh, man, as a football fan, that always hurts me when your team makes a big play. I mean, I'm a Buckeyes fan myself, but when that happens and then you see a flag, you're like, no, hold your breath. But
So 1:13 to go now. 1st and 10 from the 14. After the penalty, man-to-man coverage on the outside for Moscow. And they're going to hand this one off to Lathan. Fires it over the top, and it's incomplete, but there's going to be a pass interference call.
I'll send him up farther along the field. I mean, fake handoff, tried to drop it over the top. Tight coverage, and then 2 tight coverages. That's a PI on the Bears there.
So after the penalty, it's going to move them up to the looks like the 25-yard line.
Yeah, there you go. More space to work with and a automatic 1st down on that.
So 1st and 10 with 1:06 to go. Ball is on the 24-yard line. They go to Lathan. Bounces it to the outside. He gets to the outside, but he's tripped up by Keaton Fry. And boy, we just can't say enough about the first half that Keaton Fry has had. He's made some good tackles, made several catches. The freshman's really stepping up.
Yeah, getting plenty of snaps on offense and defense. And, you know, he's the bright spot on the team right now in this game that hasn't gone their way so far.
And they go right back to Latham. The sweep to the other side brought down from behind by Ebby Qualls. Gain of 5.
Yeah, set up for a second down here, about the 43-yard line. Here's the hurry-up Bengals offense.
30 seconds. 2nd and 4. Ball from the 43. 34-6 here in Lewiston. Honninger rolls to his right. Looking. He's got plenty of time, so he's just going to keep it himself, tuck it, and go out of bounds past the 50. Count at the 49, and now they're in Moscow territory with 15 seconds left.
Yeah, good offensive line there as he just kind of kept rolling right and nobody pressured him, just kind of jogged upfield for the first down, really, and they got 15 seconds to do something. Ball just past midfield.
It's on the 48-yard line. Looks like the Bengals have timeout to use. They look deep, but it's going to be a wheel route towards Yoder, and that was incomplete.
Now, it looked like he was open there, but maybe the throw was just a little behind him. He had some space from the defender, but, you know, incomplete pass at least stops the clock. You got 10 seconds. I wonder what their field goal kicker's range is.
Yeah, is it a 60-yarder? We'll see.
Justin Tucker action.
Yeah. And they're right up the middle is Lathan. He jukes out a defender. He's at the 20 and is being pushed out of bounds. Finally inside the 15-yard line. And the clock stops, but it looks like the first half came to an end there. And that's probably what Lathan was upset about. The clock ran out as he wanted to punch one in.
He almost did, really. I mean, he just kind of put a little side-to-side action on some of the defenders, and I don't know if they just, you know, didn't watch his hips or something. They weren't able to stick with him, and he's just shown his talent as a running back. And got the Bengals offense on the field, and the officials are talking here. I wonder if they have about 1 second.
And it looks as though the officials are walking off the field, so that's halftime, folks.
I mean, it's not like, you know, the Bengals needed it necessarily, but it would have been nice, I'm sure. Anyway, we'll enter halftime. 34-6, Lewiston Bengals on top, just dominating, really. That's the story of the game right now. But the Bears were able to punch it in on their latest drive, so there's a bright spot there.
That there is. So, folks, we're going to try to figure some things out on our end. We're going to see if we can dry our equipment off enough to get it to be able to function again and bring the coverage back to you here on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back as soon as we can.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
At P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins, like finding an extra $10 in the wash.
Sweet.
Or your team winning the championship.
And it's out of here. Yes! Woo!
Your wins add up, just like earning dividends in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the North Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 1 and District 2 activities in Idaho.
Bonner's Ferry, like the whole town was there, it seemed. I mean, they showed up, they were tailgating in the parking lot, barbecuing, playing games. Like, it literally felt like a small college atmosphere. It was super cool.
Hosted by Ryan Skaggs, the North Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Dear road rivals, you may have four wheels and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. Later, Toyota.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of play as the Lewiston Bengals lead the Moscow Bears 34-6. And Moscow starts the second half with the ball. And we've just abandoned the camera situation here for the time being, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to bring you an audio broadcast and do the best we can. And we've got our laptop up.
The football team, but
it's up here in the booth as well.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 9 for the Bears as they start this first drive of the second half. Garrison Hardy and Simeon Rauch here bringing you the coverage. And incomplete pass there from Valesco to Sam Young.
Yeah, it just came off the hands. I don't know if it was too slippery or just couldn't come up with it, but he was open. He was open and it was a good throw, just unable to come up with it.
Those offense that put up 34 in one half. Stay tuned for the IdahoSports.com player of the game right now. It's looking like Jackson Lathan.
Yeah, he's been elite.
Valesco throws the pass to the far side. It's a quick out route. It's caught, and they're just bringing him down. It looks like he may have gotten that first down.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Good for a pair of first down.
That was much needed there. As we were talking before the half break, the Bears get the ball back to start the game.
Yeah, really, it's been a tough time for them this whole game, but I mean, as you just mentioned, momentum would be huge. Some points would I'm sure it'd make the team feel a bit better. And we have a timeout here. Yeah, timeout taken by the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals are looking to get a stop here and get off the field, get that high-powered offense back on the field. So 34-6, 10:38 here in the third quarter. But a lot we could say there about the Bengals.
Yeah, and really, as you mentioned, excuse me, I forgot his name, but their running back.
Jackson Lathan.
That's correct, yeah. He showed himself he was just able to run all over the Bears defense and evade defenders left and right. And but the quarterback too was able to lay some dots, and they're just generally really good about spreading the ball around and then knowing the right play at the right time.
1st and 10, ball on the 30. Is that intentional grounding is the question.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if
I don't see a flag.
Yeah. I guess he catches a break there.
And it looks like the officials are coming together here to discuss this as Connor Isaacson was not in the area when he threw that ball.
That was definitely a desperation sideline throw as he had two Bengals right in his face. Just chucking it to the sideline.
That is a loss of down and a big loss of yards there. And so that's going to hurt the drive for the Bears.
Kind of back to near where you started it from, which is not the right kind of momentum.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 20 now. 2nd and 21 to be precise. 3rd and 21 because of the loss of downs. And so now Valesco takes the snap, drops back, looking to the near side, and some miscommunication there as one of his receivers thought that was an out and go route, but clearly that was supposed to just be an out. So that's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, again, he's pressured pretty quickly. He has to get rid of the ball, and then when you have miscommunication, that typically does not help. So yeah, the receiver was just running up the sideline, and that ball is 15 yards behind him, and so it'll be a punt, another punt from the Bears punter, who has been pretty reliable so far.
Yeah, it's Caden Teagan ready to receive the snap here, yard line. And now we see a flag on the play. I believe that's going to be an unnecessary roughness against Jordan Bramlin of the Bengals.
Yeah, he kind of just, shoved the guy over from his back, and yeah, not really a smart play, especially when you were going to have the ball in good field position already.
So we'll see what the call is here officially. 10:22 to go as the Bengals are set to receive the ball back, and they're probably going to start within their own 40 after the penalty. That's right. Very rainy night here in Lewiston, as it's been raining all night essentially, which is why our It's knocked some of our connections with our camera out of commission here, and so that's why we're just bringing you the audio-only version. You get to look at those beautiful colors there on the screen. And so, yep, it is in fact a unnecessary roughness penalty against the Bengals.
Yeah, taking a little while to figure out where to put it, probably from the spot of the foul or whatever. It's, you know, time to figure out exactly what they're going to do on this drive. We often see them doing hurry-up offense, so they got their play after play figured out.
I might give it to Jackson Lathan. This might be it.
Why do you say that?
For those of you just joining us, Lathan had 2 touchdowns in the first half, as well as over 100 yards rushing. It looks like we're going to see the Bears actually re-punt the ball. And then Lewiston will get another chance at maybe getting a run back here. And it looks like the Bears are actually backed up, so there could have been a penalty against Moscow as well.
That was an interesting turn of events there. That was, least of all to say, not what I was expecting, but there you go.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there on the call, but nonetheless, Moscow's going to get ready to punt again from inside the 20. Back deep to receive is Noah Carpenter. He's got his cleats on about the 45-yard line. And Caden Teagan, the punter, is inside his own 10.
Yeah, see if he can put up behind this thing, because, you know, the punt returner gets it at the 45. That's already good field position without any return. And they'll back Moscow up even farther now.
10:22 to go here in the third. Teagan gets the snap. And this one is another one of his good spiraled punts as Carpenter takes it at about the 50. Cuts forward, spins off of one tackle, and he's wrapped up and corralled at about the 45-yard line. So once again, very good field position for the Bengals as their offense makes the way back onto the field.
Yeah, anytime you have a punt return and you're able to put it back into opposing territory, it's not a bad return there. It's a cool spin move to see him, you know, just evade one of the tacklers and then.
Noah Carpenter has been very dangerous in the return game tonight. And now we get to see this Lewiston offense that was firing on all cylinders in the first half as Hottinger in the gun. He's got the dangerous Jackson Lathan next to him. And we get a false start.
Yeah, did he move the ball a little bit and then, like, continue with it? I'm not sure.
Could have been a little illegal procedure here from the center. And yep, it is a false start.
Push him back to the 50-yard line.
Hey, Moscow will take what they can get as they try to make a comeback here.
Yes,
trailing by 28.
Anything that gives you any positive boost when you're this far behind.
The snap hands it up the middle to Lathan, but he's brought down pretty much immediately. He was able to spin forward for a semi-positive gain. Pickup of a couple.
Moscow's defense able to keep him behind the line of scrimmage still. So this will set up a second and long, second and 14 it looks like.
It's going to be second and 13 from the 47. Yep. Hottinger takes the snap. They go right back to, he keeps it himself, just kidding. And he's out into the second level, brought down from behind past the first down sticks. And a good keeper there from Hottinger.
That one fooled me too. I was watching the running back, and then you just look to the far side, and he's taking off down the sideline, picks up the first down there.
First and 10 after the run from Hottinger. And he takes the snap, fakes it to Lathan, fires it to the near side to Cobley, who's got room. He's after 20, 15, 10, and brought down at the 5-yard line. Big catch and run there from Cobley. And the Bengals looking to put more points on the board.
He was just standing wide open on the sideline there and then able to bring the ball upfield, make a couple moves. Finally brought down to the 5, but the Bengals threatening once again.
First and 10 from the 5. Jackson Lathan's got the half trick.
Number 3. Touchdown number 3.
And watch this, folks. I'm able to update the score, so at least you know what the score is. It's 40-6 here in favor of the Bengals.
Miracles do happen.
That's right. And this is Hernandez on to kick the PAT to make it 41-6.
He's missed one today, but he's nailed all the other ones. So.
And we've got a Bengal limping his way onto the field to get set for the PAT. Kick is up, and it's good. Plenty of leg to spare, and Lewiston makes it 41-6 with 8:59 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, you saw there just another dominating drive. It's what they've been doing the whole game, really, and able to punch the ball in once again. That's that's just what they've been doing this whole time, really.
And now Moscow. A lot of questions that need answering, and offensively, you can tell that heading into the game, that was one of the storylines we were talking about, was that Moscow was incredibly banged up on offense, and you can see that the depth for Lewiston is really paying dividends here, as Moscow just can't really move the ball down the field thus far.
Yeah, there's not a touchdown today. They showed that they can do it, and. You take what you can get at this point.
So, 41-6. Hernandez has got the ball teed up, ready to kick this one away. A couple of Bears back deep to receive. Number 5, Connor Isaacson being one of them. He's got their lone touchdown on the day.
Fan section's being pretty loud right now.
It looks like some of the fans have already left. They got this one pretty comfortably in hand. And Moscow will take over after the touchback from the 20.
Connor Isaacson just stays on the field there. After letting that one by him.
Yet another touchback from Hernandez. He has got a leg, that's for sure.
Yeah, each of these, being a high school field, you don't have any nets behind it, so all the field goals he does almost go over the fences behind it.
Right, into traffic, no less.
Yeah.
1st and 10, and the Bears just rugby scrum this one. They try to push forward and get as much as they can. The pile still moves forward, and he's brought down after a gain of 5. So, all in all, not a bad first play.
Yeah, staying on schedule, just pick up of about 5 or 6. It's a little different than what we've been seeing from him, but what works.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Pressure being shown from the Bengals up front. They bring the blitz. It's picked up. Valesco throws it over the top towards Isaacson, who ends up having to play defense and bats the ball away from the defender.
Yeah, just stuck his left hand up there to knock it away as that ball was just thrown up in desperation, hoping for a play for Isaacson, but he was covered too well, and he recognized that as well. So that's actually a smart play for Isaacson there.
So yet another 3rd down facing these Bears. 3rd and 4. Ball's on the 26. They need to get this drive going here. They once again go back to the rugby scrum, and it looks like they've actually powered their way forward to a 1st down.
This is football.
What's going on here?
But it's working. I mean, they just picked up the 1st down. Lewiston doesn't have a response. Why not?
8 minutes and counting. 1st and 10, ball on the 31 after the rugby scrum. Valesco, a bullet over the middle. That's to Caden Teagan, his big tight end, standing at 6'4". He's got close to a 1st down.
More positive yardage, and that's, that's good with how it's been going recently for them. So, rugby scrum, rugby scrum, and then nice little 8-yard pickup.
It's going to be 2nd and 1, roughly.
9-yard pickup.
Yeah, got to outdo you there. Valesco in the gun. Pressure being shown off the edge from Lewiston. And they bring 4. And it's a quick out route to Teagan, who bobbles it for a moment, is able to corral it and brought down past the 45-yard line, mark at the 46.
That might push him right past midfield into Bengals territory.
Hey, if you're Moscow, you need take what you can get here, and if they're going to be generous and give you 15 yards, why not? Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct, the call against Lewiston. So not sure what was said there from the Lewiston side, but coaching staff, I'm sure, looks like there's the culprit coming off the field to get an earful.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be making mistakes like those. You're just giving up plenty of yards to, we'll see.
That was number 27, Brock Thompson, who got the penalty. 1st and 10 now for the Bears. They're back in Lewiston territory. 3 down linemen for the Bengals. And they rush, they bring a blitz here, and that's Scotty Needham with the carry, and he is able to get to the second level for a short pickup of 3.
Well, the one thing I'm seeing this drive is that they've consistently gained positive yardage, which, you know, with how the game has gone previously, that's an upside. That's something to look forward to and be complimented on. And I'm sure they would just love to keep doing that. Connor Isaacson on the near side, targeted a few plays ago, so we'll see if they go back to him.
2nd and 7 after the gain of 3. Ball on the 36. 6:20 to go and counting. Back to pass is Valesco. He's got some time there. Pocket breaks. He keeps it, lowers the shoulder, and he's brought down. Good tackle there from Lewiston. That was number 0, actually, Dayton Phillips.
Yeah, some of those routes turned into try and get open and run around, but Noah wasn't able to find anyone. Just had to, take it himself. Not really for any gain there, but as long as you don't turn the ball over, sometimes plays don't go your way.
3rd and 7 from the 37. 5:45 and counting. And if you're Moscow, you're probably fine with the clock ticking down here, as we just want to get out of here with less injuries. Valesco, it's a quick out route to Connor Isaacson. And that's not going to be enough for the first, but it is 4 down territory.
Yeah, definitely set him up with a more manageable 4th down. We got a substitution here. Looks like Isaacson is coming off the field. Or excuse me, no, he's staying on. Looks like maybe one of these rugby scrums again.
And that's what they do. They power their way forward. Let's see where they spot this. It looks like they've got the 1st down once again. Keep it simple.
Yeah, they substituted out for a couple bigger guys on the front. They're like, hey, I saw this work earlier on this drive, so let's do it again, pick up that 1st.
Just keep it rolling.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 27. 4:53 and counting, so if Moscow wants any shot at comebacks, they've really got to get these drives speeding up here. .440 and counting. Valesco takes the snap, looking, being pressured from the far side. He trips and falls forward. That sack will be sort of credited to Lewiston's number 70. That was Cole Lockhart, who brought the pressure.
Yeah, it almost looked like he had some room to scramble up there, but yeah, his legs just came out from underneath him, and then as soon as that happens, number 70's on top of him, and yeah, that's a bummer. Now you're pinned farther back, and you're not even at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 20. Valesco trying to dry his hands as best he can as they go up the middle to Prakish. And he's able to get a gain of about 5.
Saw a little bit of space there, but Lewiston able to converge there, tackle him after a short 5-yard pickup. 3rd and long now.
So that was actually a better carry than I thought. It's 3rd and 11 now. So Valesco looking. It's a deep corner out over the top into double coverage, and it's picked. No, it's almost picked off. The defender had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. That was Connor Fry on the breakup.
He kind of just stepped out of bounds with his hands on his head. He's like, what happened there? That was mine all the way. And just came out from his arms, and but Moscow will.
41-6 here in favor of the Bengals. Hoping for back-to-back wins over Moscow. And Valesco back to pass, 3-step drop, throws a corner out to the opposite side now, and that one's batted away. Great coverage there from the Bengals, and that's a turnover on downs.
Although that one didn't end up in their way, I would credit that Moscow line there. It seemed like Velasco had a little more time than usual. Able to make a decent throw, but once again, the Bengals defense with some pretty tight, well-done coverage and able to try, and it's not bad anyway.
Yep, 3:06 left in this game now, or excuse me, in the third quarter. As they go back to Lathan, he's brought down hard from behind. A good tackle there from the big 7-0 from Moscow. That was Jamison Griffin.
They did a little stutter step there, trying to find space, and there was no space there, so he just got brought down. Credit to the Bears D-line.
Gain of 1 on the play. Ball on the 30, 2:45 and counting here in the third quarter as they hand this one off to a sweet play. I don't know who that is. But they've got a new quarterback in as well. That's number 19, Jeremy Yoder, the junior.
Yeah, get the younger guys some reps. I mean, in a game that's in your favor, why not? Why not, train the new team that you're going to be having next year and the years to come. Rolling left.
Fires an out route across the field, and it's no good.
Not a bad throw, but something we've seen this game is some pretty good coverage on both sides of the ball. A lot of Lewiston's points have come from just got over a quarter left, so.
And it's 4th and 14 now, and it looks like the Bengals are calling a timeout to talk things over here with 2:03 left here in the third quarter. And they got to decide what they want to do on this 4th down play. Likely a punt, given the field position here inside their own 30.
Yeah, I'd be kind of surprised, especially with the younger guys in, if they did go for it this far back in their own territory. So I expect to see that Moscow get the ball back and, just hope to get something done. I mean, last drive they sort of went.
Going a tough past couple of weeks with the injuries and whatnot, and now they're obviously struggling here against a tough Bengals team. Lewiston may have gotten off to a wobbly start on this season, but they still have more depth and they still have some athletes to throw Moscow's way, and the Bears just have not been able to keep up.
Yeah, and it's not to say that the Bears, this season has actually gone better than even last season for them. They're still progressing. They're still, bringing in new talent. But some of these games, you can't turn it around.
Down to the 30, and Connor Isaacson just has to watch it come to a stop at the 28-yard line. And that's where Moscow will take over.
I would say that was a wise decision there. If he would have picked it up, he probably would have been lit up pretty fast. So they'll take it at about, he said the 28 there. See if Velasco can get this offense going.
And Moscow takes over at the 28, 1st and 10, 1:54 to go here in the high. And Connor Isaacson, Sam Young, Caden Teagan, Scotty Needham in the backfield. And it's a post route across the middle, and that was nearly intercepted. There were a lot of purple jerseys around that ball.
I counted 4 or 5 there. And, oh, man, he caught a break there. I mean, it's a risky decision to throw it there, but, you come away with a little bit of spared life there.
2nd and 10 after the near interception up the middle to Scotty Needham. He bounces it to the outside and is tripped up and brought down after a gain of about 4.
Well, there's a little bit of yards after contact. He bumped into 1 or 2 Bengals, but able to push it out to the outside. Not a bad run.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So 3rd and manageable here.
Yeah, I'm sure they would love to, keep passing it, as it seems to have worked better this second half. But part of the problem with that is it stops the clock in a game that, if you're a Bear, you don't always want that to be happening and keep giving the ball back to Lewiston. So, see here.
3rd and 5, they will throw it. Valesco rolls to his right. He's got a target across the middle, and it is incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're sending out the punt team just because they don't want to risk, turning the ball over so close in their own territory.
Back deep to receive for Lewiston. Looks like they got a new return man back there as well. That's a number 2, I see. And that is Connor Fry, and punting is Caden Teagan. And Teagan a decent punt as well. It's going to bounce to the 30 and all the way down to the 25 where it comes to rest. And that's where the Bengals will take over with 51 seconds left in the 3rd.
Yeah, I think Teagan's done a pretty good job tonight. I mean, he's certainly got a lot of reps on the punting side of things and able to put it inside the 30 and the 20 several times tonight. So credit to him.
Back as well as number 32. That's Austin Top in at running back. Man-to-man coverage on the outside. They fake it to Top, and that's Yoder who keeps it. Drives forward, and he's brought down after a gain of about 9, we'll call it.
Well, there you go. Bengals showing that even some of their backup guys, their new personnel can get the job done as well. Just proving their dominance and running it right up the gut, or off the side more like.
2nd and 1 after the gain of 9, 30 seconds and counting. They go back up the middle with yet another one of their running backs in the stable of backs that Lewiston has. That was the youngster from the looks of it. That was number 30, Tanner Irwin. He's actually a senior, just kidding.
It's just the size of the Bengals roster, having, fresh players in whenever they need them, and that contrast with the Bears.
And they get the sweep here going to the near side and able to pick up yet another 1st down. That was yet another back, number 33, and I don't have his name. I keep forgetting.
1st down Bengals.
Somebody get us this name.
Yeah. So we've played 3, ladies and gentlemen. Our score in this one, Lewiston 41, Moscow 6. We're going to take a short break here. We'll be right back here from Lewiston, Idaho on IdahoSports.com.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 4th. They get things off here with yet another one. This is Yoder who keeps it himself. He's at the 40, he's at the 35, and tripped up at the 30-yard line. A good a run there from Yoder, and that's another 1st down for the Bengals.
He's pretty quick. He's showing that by being able to get the edge and then lowers his shoulder. It's about a 20-yard pickup, maybe 18 yards. For a quarterback, that's a pretty good run.
Not bad at all. Ball at the 30 after the run from Yoder. And he hands this one off to a speedster out of the backfield who gets to the outside. He's got a 1st.
Yeah, we'll see if this one stands. Maybe there was some holding. Be holding, yep.
So if you want to end a drive, grab a hold of somebody's jersey, as that is going to be a 10-yard penalty there and make it 1st and 20.
But they're still in Bears territory here, so it's always threatening.
No, excuse me, it'll go back to the original line of scrimmage. So 1st and 10 from the 30. Yoder takes the snap, goes right up the middle. And a solid gain there, close to 8 yards. And that was Dustin Irwin.
Yeah, you do what works and hopefully maybe score another touchdown.
2nd and 10. Ball's on the 24. Excuse me, 2nd and 4. And Yoder throws a quick bubble screen to his intended target. That's caught, and it's going to be enough for a first down as well. Good catch and run there from number 88, Tucker Conkle.
Several times tonight I've seen just, throw to the outside, and guy's got some room on the sideline before he's finally spun out, but you pick up the first down on things like that, that's exactly what you need.
So it's going to be first and goal, or 1st and 10 from the 12. And they pitch it out to Irwin, who loses the ball. The ball's still free, and it looks like Moscow recovered. And they did. So a fumble, and Moscow's able to pounce on it. But still, they're looking at a 41-6 deficit here.
And about 95 yards of green in front of them here. But nonetheless, that's good. That's good. I mean, any moment.
So Valesco and co. are back on the field for yet another drive, and they've only got 6 points to show for it thus far tonight. So it's been rough sledding. Credit to the Lewiston defense as well for making things difficult. And the weather.
Yeah, it's been on and off for the rain tonight. I mean, it's always been a little bit of a drizzle, but.
Valesco takes the snap, and that looks like Scotty Needham, who bounces it to the outside. Now, big hit being delivered off the edge, and he had to earn every yard of that carry.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it was a good run, and then he just gets absolutely lit up there by, it looks like, number 49. I do not believe I have his number.
Well, we tried.
Anyway, good hit, sir.
Good hit, indeed. Valesco is going to roll. He's got to step up into the pocket as it collapses. He keeps it himself, runs to the near side. He's at the 20, and he steps out at about the 23-yard line. Some good creativity there for Valesco, and that's a first down, but we do have a flag on the far side.
Yeah, we'll see this stand. I thought it was a pretty good job of, in the pocket collapse, he was able to turn.
Looks like it is against Moscow. So tough break there for the Bears. That would have been a first down, and they're going to be backed up now.
Yeah, you just got to find some breathing room, get that ball out past about the 20.
And 3 on the season after this win, and Moscow still searching for answers as they'll fall to 1 and 5 or 6, one of those two on the season. But still, much more competitive this year compared to last. And as Valesco looking, fires it to the far side, and that one was almost, looked as though the defender jumped that.
If he throws, but I mean, he's standing confident in the pocket sometimes, so you get away with one here and there.
3rd and 7 from the 12, 9:17 to go.
Really need something here.
Late substitution from the far side for Moscow. Some wide receiver. Just some miscommunication for his wide receivers, and you see that inexperience coming to play here as the intended target was Sam Young.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Velasco thought that Sam Young was going to go upfield after that route broke off, so he kind of just threw it over the top, not wanting to risk anything, but Sam just kind of was sitting there around the 25 or so and not able to get anything here, so they'll punt it from deep in their own territory.
Probably a good one away, and it's backed up to the 45 as Totten tries to figure a play out here. There's a flag down, likely a hold from where it came, or a block in the back. And actually that was number 32, Austin Top, on the return.
Yeah, he took it about to a 30, but see where they spot it here with the penalty as well. Yeah, Lewiston.
It is against Lewiston.
Be backing up here.
We'll see where they officially spot this. They're currently inside the 40, and they're taking it all the way back to right around midfield, it looks like. So they'll start at the 47, but still good field position for the Bengals. And it looks like we've got yet another quarterback in this time around. That, I believe that is number, can't see a number on it yet. And whoever he is, he's got a run to the end zone. Touchdown Bengals. And unfortunately, I just don't see a number 5 on this roster.
Bounces it off to the side and able to use, I've seen, I mean, a lot of these Lewiston guys got some speed, especially on the edge, and able to pick up a 50-yard TD there.
So a lot of big plays from Lewiston tonight. And a late substitution in for the Bengals, and Coach Pancari is going to want to get that cleaned up. That's happened numerous times tonight that they've got a late newcomer into the PAT formation. Good snap, good hold, kick is up and through. And man, he has got a leg on him as that bounced off the fence in the backfield.
Hit one of the sponsorship signs.
Brought to you by Hot Shots, apparently.
Onto the field, which caught me by surprise a little bit. But in the end, he nails the PATs most of the time anyway. So.
And now the score is 48-6 in favor of Lewiston, and that reminds me I should update the score for you guys so you can see what's happening on the field, as we don't have a camera, so we may as well at least keep the score updated for you. It's 48-6 now, and that means there's going to be a running clock the rest of the way, and you know that for the safety of the players and just making sure everyone gets home safely from this point on, it's probably a wise call.
Yep, I mean, you hate to see it as a player, but at the same time, you know, it's there to benefit you anyway, so.
So again, Moscow, long season in front of them now as they still only have 1 win on the season and trying to drop to 1-5. Lewiston improves to 3-3 with this win, getting back on the right track are the Bengals. And as Hernandez sends this one deep, and it's inside the 10 as I believe that's Connor Isaacson who took that on the hop. And he's out past the 20. Excuse me, that was actually Prakish.
Hey, a yard or so better than a touchback.
They'll take what they can get, folks. Valesco out there, so his night may be over. Oh, there he comes. He's had a lot of hard sledding in front of him tonight.
Yeah, it's just been the way it's gone tonight, and you know, maybe they have a good drive here. They're set up with, you know, slightly better field position than they've had before.
1st and 10 from the 22 for the Bears. And they go right up the middle with a run. Good contain from the outside, and he's brought down after a short gain.
One thing I'm surprised by is, you know, I played quarterback my freshman year, and one thing that got to me was, I mean, this is just how I am, but my hands got so cold, and I love those pouches for quarterbacks that you just have right there to keep your hands warm so you can always deliver well. See if Velasco makes a nice throw here.
Lewiston in years past has always been an elite unit in this division, and they've certainly done well against Moscow tonight.
Got some other personnel in there as well. Younger guys getting good reps tonight on this Friday night for football.
Another Friday night lights, and by the way, you can check out numerous other games happening across the state on IdahoSports.com. You can head over there and see what's going on. You know, they might have their Oh, and we've got some extracurriculars on the far side. The refs didn't see it, but some shoves exchanged.
Yeah, a little bit late of a block, but
it's going to be 4th and 5 here, and Moscow trying to stay on the field and keep this what could be their final drive going. They're just going to rugby it right up the middle. That's Valesco, and he's got it. Why don't they just do that the whole game?
I don't know, man. It seems to work every time. But if it works, it works. Velasco looks to the sideline for the call. Instructing his running back there.
Trips to the far side. Valesco looks that way. It's a nice catch and run there for Sam Young, who's able to pick up 5.
And knocked out of bounds, but, running clock. If you're a Bear here, I'm sure you want to get past midfield. He's got 2 wide left. Bengals making late adjustments.
5 minutes left in the game as they hand this one up to Prakish, I believe, and a good pancake block here on the near side for the Bears. And that's one thing I've noticed with this full game together, and they've had a couple of close losses as well, and it's just been kind of an unfortunate start to the season.
Yeah, back in my junior high days, I actually played O-line, and one of the best things you could do was make a pancake block, and your coach was always proud of you for that.
Slant route across the middle, I believe that was Caden Teagan, the tight end / punter extraordinaire. And it was not, actually. That was a different wide receiver. I believe that was, well, I got to pull it up here.
First down nonetheless, though.
That was number 80, Owen Teagues. So one of the youngsters getting his number called. And we got a couple other new players in as well for the Bears. That's number 84, Tim Say, as well, here on the near side.
Across midfield.
Pick up there of 6.
That's a pretty good run. I mean, 6 yards, 2 plays of 6 yards is a first down. So, when you show that toughness and just run it up the gut and show them that, hey, I'm not afraid of this and I can still gain yards. That's how it's done right there.
3:30 to go, and if the Bears had it their way, they would like to end with a touchdown. At least put a positive spin on the end of this game as trips to the far side. Valesco is going to look that way. Fires a bullet over the middle. That one's caught for a first down.
Yeah, see if they can do a repeat from a couple weeks ago when we covered.
Ball's on the 34-yard line.
Still setting up to the line here. Valesco in the gun.
And it goes up the middle to his running back, Scotty Needham. He's able to carry it forward here for a positive gain.
2nd and 7 here, 6 or 7.
Trips to the far side for the Bears. Bengals got 4 down linemen. And they'll bring 5. Valesco's got to roll away from the pressure. He's got a wheel route that he's looking at. Throws it over the top, but he short-armed it, and it's incomplete. It looked like if he would have put some more mustard on that throw, that could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, probably wants that one back, but he was also getting some big pressure from behind from some of these speedy D linemen on the Bengals side of things. Force them all the way to the side, and then making a throw on the run is definitely tougher than
6, we'll call it, with 1:27 and counting. So the Bears got to get moving here. Running clock, and they'll just keep this one on the ground, try to pick up a few extra yards before 4th down. That was Prakish on the carry.
Yeah, we got to convert here. Likely the last couple plays here, especially with the running clock. 1 minute and counting.
Ball's on the 29-yard line. Trips to the far side. And this could be the final play for the Bears tonight. Valesco takes the snap. It's a slant route across the middle and an incomplete. There were a couple Bears near that throw, some miscommunication. And that's going to bring an end to the Bears game tonight, and just a bit of a dud overall.
Yeah, I almost feel like that play sums it up. He had pressure in his face and even some open guys, but just not able to execute the play. And generally, the Bengals, credit to their defense and their offense, putting up 48 points.
And that is the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the final score here from Lewiston, Idaho. The Lewiston Bengals 48, the visiting Moscow Bears 6. We're going to take a very short break, and then we'll be right back here to give you our IdahoSports.com player of the game. I'll bet you might already know who it is. We'll be right back after this.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast